The rock star is on stage and everybody expects a show. This is Jimmy Rollins on a player breakdown. One of the best offensive shortstops in the game. Hits it, the camera's on his face. And he got the hair popping, he's fly.
Bryant dribbling, has to put it up for the buzzer. Banks it in! Oh, he banks in the three!
Kobe was great at everything. Mid-range, getting to his spot, and that's what Tatum's finding out he's great at too, is getting to his spot. You know, no matter what the defense is giving you, you're going to your destination. And when you get there, you rise up, you hit the shot.
Gets it in, Tatum takes it, makes it!
Really confident players in their skill. The great ones, they don't get too high, they don't get too low. We're the type, when you're a Tiger, you know, you're trying to figure out, you know, everyone's weakness. And right now, you know, he's so poised, you know, it's kind of hard to pick up on his telltale sign.
Tatum and Antetokounmpo, the superstar, step back three on the way. Oh, it banks in! Jason Tatum puts Boston on top.
What's up? This is Gilbert Arenas, AKA Agent Zero, here breaking down my man, Tatum. I love Tatum because I've known him since he was little. The reason he wears zero is because of me, the hibachi, the Agent Zero.
Tatum turns, Tatum drives, layup is up. Count it and a
I love Tatum's game. Smooth, confident, plays at his own pace, doesn't do anything that he can't do.
Here's the lob to Smart. Back to Tatum. Tatum raising up, looking for three, and he'll get it.
As a young player, that's very important, doing things that, you know, you can do versus trying to do something that you can't do. You know, Tatum's style, you know, what they're building around is a smooth player, confident player, a player who doesn't get up, a player who doesn't get too down, just stays in the middle. The great ones, they don't get too high, they don't get too low. They're usually right in the middle. And, you know, you can see that from him early.
inside, Tatum again. A rookie with his second highlight dunk of the first half.
I think we've all known, you know, from day one that he was the cornerstone of this team. You know, even when Kyrie was there and, you know, when Kyrie was missing games, you know, you can see Boston still thriving.
Tatum, some room for two. Drive the ball, elevate, watch out.
You know, you can see that everyone responded well to Tatum as a rookie.
Collison, outside it goes, Tatum
So with, you know, Hayward moving on and they're putting their money into Tatum, just, you know, stamps it. This is your team, these are your guys, and let's build something special here.
Now in the hands of Tatum, guarded by Siakam, on the drive, and throws it out of bounds.
I always love to stop it at the beginning to show teammates not doing what they're supposed to do. The only person that's out of position is Kemba. He's put his guy in Tatum's zone. So if this defender was smart, he would have just jumped into Tatum's way to stop that drive, because there's no way Kemba would have shot it from the E. But he didn't. He let Tatum drive. Tatum drives. Tatum gets stopped from going all the way. As a defender, you're told not to leave the corner shooter, but the fact that that's not a shooter in the corner, the defensive guy actually steps over and stops Tatum from actually driving. If you can see Tatum's face, Tatum is actually looking at feet. That's what great players do. We're looking at the feet to see where his feet is positioned on the court. He's seeing that the guy is in great position, and his natural instinct is to make the corner pass. I remember when this play happened, everyone yelled at coach. And everyone was like, man, if the coach wasn't there, he's on the court, he passed it to him. I'm gonna say, please do not disrespect Tatum's intelligence. That is a coach in gray. His teammate is in green. Here, what ends up happening is, when we do drills and we do stop and pass drills here, we are taught you react by drifting down towards the corner. And that's exactly where Tatum's pass is going. And the fact that his natural instinct is to make that pass, but DT didn't react to it, it looks like he's passing the ball to the coach. I just hated the fact that we challenged Tatum's intelligent here by saying he thought that was the coach. You can see that Tatum, when he let it go, he's actually telling him where he should have been. You see that you can see that he's like, man, you should have been there, because it's instinctual. A traditional drive and kick play that just didn't get the reaction of him. You know, as a rookie, I don't know if he would have made that play. I'm pretty sure, you know, as a rookie, he would have probably got the charge. You know, but the growth, the playoff experience, to making mistakes, to understand that, hey, this guy steps up, I do need to make that pass. And now we can add next year's growth to that play. With every mistake becomes growth.
It's a big-time shot.
And you can see that he's growing with each mistake, each game.
Tatum with the righty hammer.
That's what's more important. From his rookie season to now, this year, turnover, next year, perfect play.
Tatum again, adjusts, gets inside. Oh my! Wow.
You know, 2 years, 3 years from now, you're gonna see a player who's dominating this game on a Kobe level.
Final seconds. Bryant for the win.
Because he possesses, you know, all those intangibles that's gonna make him, you know, compared to that guy. Kobe was great at everything. Mid-range, getting to his spot, and that's what Tatum's finding out he's great at too, is getting to his spot.
Shoots over Davis, knocks another 3-pound Jason Tatum.
You know, no matter what the defense is giving you, you're going to your destination. And when you get there, you rise up, you hit the shot.
Step back three. Bang! Jason Tatum from downtown.
And I think that's what Tatum is understanding more and more. You know, you're talking about a guy who lived his whole career hitting big shots, missing big shots. To be successful, you have to fail. You have to understand what you did wrong to understand what you need to do right. We usually just say, you know, he's not too high, he's not too low. We're the type, when you're a Tiger, you know, you're trying to figure out, you know, everyone's weakness.
With the step and score.
And right now, you know, he's so poised, you know, it's kind of hard to pick up on his telltale sign. You know, if he was one of those guys that, you know, worked off emotion, it's kind of easier, you know, to see what gets him ticking, what doesn't. Or is he a guy who celebrates every shot? Because if he celebrates every shot, that means he gets down on every miss. You know, he understands the game. He reacts very well.
Play to the media. Oh, and a pass from Tatum and Williams with the finish.
He bounces back very, very, very well. I know there was game, 4 and 5, where he had probably 0 to 2 points in the first half, and he had to, you know, turn it up in the second half and finish with 28 and 30, you know, but that shows his composure.
3-on-2 for the Celtics. Brown, Tatum throws it down to tie the game.
During tough times, during crucial moments of a game is amazing.
Opens for a step back three.
Coming up next, define and draw up the perfect athlete, it's basically Francisco Lindor. He is a specimen.
Lindor hammers one way back to right. Francisco Lindor has his first home run in a Mets uniform.
You know, I think that obviously in New York, it's a challenge, but he's such a professional and he's such a leader. We're just watching really one of the greatest gifts of athleticism in baseball today. It is an art, what he's able to do. It's like, look how mad these hitters are. And he's just like, yep, you're out, you're out, you're out.
Line drive in. Oh, what a catch by Lindor! That'll end the inning, and it may have just saved the game for the Tribe.
Hi, I'm Hunter Pence, former MLB All-Star, two-time World Series champion, and this is the Players Breakdown. Today, we're gonna get a dynamic shortstop, Francisco Lindor, one of the smoothest swings, one of the smoothest defenders in the game of baseball today. Let's go check him out.
Lindor with a drive down the right field line, and it's gone.
Being a switch hitter, it requires the most athleticism. It's so difficult to do, to be able to hit from both sides, but it is such a strength because you're not gonna have to deal with anyone coming from behind you. So every ball is typically gonna be moving into you and coming from a view that you can see a lot better. But if you can switch hit, if you're that athletic, you always have the advantage. They have to get all of the mechanics and everything and the body awareness and body coordination of 2 swings. So it requires a ridiculous amount of work in the cage. He's one of those gifted people that is able to switch hit, and it's a huge weapon. It's a huge asset to a team.
Lindor goes deep to right. That ball is gone.
I think that one of the things that impresses me the most is somewhat the way he carries himself and the leadership that I feel from him. And that's what I'm most excited for watching him on the Mets. I would equate it kind of to the Mookie Betts to the Dodgers, the leadership that Mookie brought over. So it impacts a clubhouse in a major way when your superstar is in there working out, in there in the cages, that is doing the little things right. When you do the little things right, it sends a message to everyone that, hey, if Lindor's doing it right, I better do it right.
2-2 hit well. Deep right. Batista's gonna wave goodbye. Start the fireworks show.
So right here, tie ball game, clutch situation. One of the things I love about Francisco Lindor is actually his body language. That shows me his leadership. Obviously it's swaggy, but look how calm he is right here. You can see that in a lot of clutch hitters, how calm they stay. Gets his pitch, turns on it, and there you have walk-off, baby. Gotta love that. It's a good feeling. You feel like he's at the heart of a lot of that action too. Like he just finds ways to win games.
Breaking ball in the air to right field. Grossman by the warning track at the wall. Gone.
One thing about Lindor is he's got like really high hand-eye coordination, but he keeps everything really short and compact when he's hitting. You see how his hands aren't too far deep and he doesn't like have this huge load. So that compact short swing allows him to hit a lot of pitches and to not be fooled very often.
Swung on, hit in the air to left, pretty deep. Back goes Brantley on the track, looking up. This ball is gone! Frankie Lindor with a 2-run home run.
There's not many people that can take a ball that low, that far, and that's second deck in Houston. This ball was gonna probably hit the dirt, and he just golfs it out. But the fact that he's able to also stay compact, stay short, he creates so much time with that. That's a beautiful swing. Hitting is a lot about giving yourself more time and creating yourself more room for air. This is just power. And when he steps in the box, you better be ready to play defense. You better be ready as a pitcher making your pitches. You're gonna feel his presence. He can take one deep, he can drive you in the gaps, and he can run the bases.
He's out of room. It's out of here. Lindor homers again.
The shortstop is the quarterback of defense. It requires the most athletic player in the game.
Backhanded by Lindor. Can he get to the bag in time? Yes, it's a double play in spectacular fashion.
Francisco Lindor is one of the players that has impressed me the most on the field. And before even the game begins, just watching him warm up, it is a thing of beauty. It's poetry in motion to watch this guy just warm up. And then when the game starts and it gets sped up, his defensive footwork, his defensive glove, and his hand-eye coordination is so smooth, he makes the toughest plays look easy. You know, like when you're trying to create footwork and you're trying to teach footwork, it takes a long time to get that natural ability. He's definitely put in the work to where it's that no think, because you have to react and your body has to react so quick to make these outs. But his angles, his positioning, all of that has to be completely in sync. Cutting off those angles and working those angles is a lifelong work, and there's very few shortstops that can do such things. So he's the full package. Not only is he faster than everyone, strong arm, also athletic, but he also hits the angles, and it seems like he always knows what pitch is coming, which is the focus on top of it all.
The 1-0 on Tommy La Stella. Ground ball. Diving stop Lindor. He's pretty good, isn't he?
Here we have a shot in the hole. Full extension layout, turn around, arm strength, get the ball there, and throw out a pretty quick base runner right there. If someone robs you of a hit like that, it hurts your heart, that's for sure. There's maybe 2 people in the world that can make that play. Him and Carlos Correa. That's just insane talent and insane glove work. It's pure athleticism. That's also awareness. The fact that he didn't try to make the throw all the way there, he just gave it a nice like hop. What he does right there is he gets up and he just gets rid of it in the right area. because he knows that like with all of your weight and momentum diving this way, to turn and throw is gonna take more time to gather your body. So he just got up quickly and just allowed it to get there without forcing it. And he does it with a smile. It's a lot of fun to see someone smiling, having a good time, because we all wanna dream what it would feel like if we got to play, and you can feel that joy exuding from him.
Between third and short. Lindor with a long throw. Got him! Unbelievable play.
Yeah, once again, that guy is an absolute lightning bolt. I don't know how he got him out right there. They had Jeter, and Jeter for the longest time was the only one that could do that, but Francisco Lindor, we're watching an upper echelon of shortstops, and he's leading the charge.
A tough play for Lindor. Barehand grab, throws on the run. Santana digs it out.
This is an all-in play, and there's very few people that can do it as consistently as like a Francisco Lindor. Like, you have to have the coordination. This is pure awareness. His only option here is I gotta barehand this perfectly and throw it as I'm barehanding it. So he's not only barehanding, he's like winding up and then full speed. You practice that and practice that and practice that, and then you just trust. Lindor's transfers are so smooth. Right there, it's just boom, it's money every single time.
Backhanded pick by Alonso. They got
You know, pressure is all perspective, because everyone and everywhere has pressure, even from a little league game to, you know, the big leagues or whatever. So it's all perspective, and he's such a professional and he's such a leader, you know, in New York. This is a big city. It's a challenge, but I know the work that he puts in, the ability that he has, and I think the Mets fans and him and the Mets, it's going to be a win-win for baseball, for the Mets, and for Lindor and his family.
Smash toward the hole. Backhanded by Lindor. Off balance throw. On the money. He's got him.
There it is, my breakdown of Francisco Lindor.
coming up next.
Davis corner 3 and 1.
Danny Green, long. What a play! Showtime!
You know, I think what makes AD special is he's a tweener, but he's tweening in positions we never heard of. You know, you have a 6'11", 7-foot guy who started off as a point guard, who became a 4-5 man, who in the league started off as a 4 who guarded threes. So you have this hybrid guy who has a point guard upbringing with a 4-5 body style with the ability to guard threes. So you have a real unguardable talent.
Trying to disrupt Rondo. He puts it in. Here's Davis, 4-3 in the win. Oh, it's good! Anthony Davis has won it for the Lakers!
What's up? This is Gilbert Arenas, aka Agent Zero, and this is what makes AD's versatility so amazing.
Davis corner 3 and 1.
He can shoot the outside shot, he can dribble, you know, he can play the dunker spot, he can post up, he can play ISO basketball. So you have an all-around offensive juggernaut, and there's a reason you can put LeBron, Kuzma with him, and he can intertwine and, all right, you guys gonna be posting up, I'll sit at the three-point line. LeBron, you wanna be up? I'll be in the post. So you have a guy who can interchange and interlock in different positions, and that keeps your flexibility, you know, wide open because of a player who can play multiple positions.
Lead for Davis, the tap. Oh, what a tap to LeBron!
You know, winning as AD as the centerpiece is, you know, he's growing into that role.
LeBron, Davis, 3 to tie, got it!
He's understanding that, you know, with me hitting great shots, I still have to make great passes. I still have to make great decisions with the ball in my hand.
LeBron to inbound. HDF is on him. Anthony Davis picked up by Bull. Here comes Kuzma for the win. Got it! .4 to go. They got the lead.
This is a great Laker play because here, 2 guys play decoy to a 3rd or 4th option. It is tie game, and you have the king laughing with 4.5 seconds left. Me, I know personally that the king was not gonna take this shot because he was not in king mode here. So if I'm a defender, I'm trying to watch to see who's the serious guy here. And now we have Kuzma at the dunker spot. He can go set a screen for Anthony Davis, where Anthony Davis goes and posts up in the spot that Kuzma's at. So let's see the action here. All right, so Kuzma goes, sets a pick on Anthony Davis. Plum does a great job fighting over this screen, which forces Anthony Davis to take the under route. Anthony Davis does a great job by going hard, even though he's the decoy, by selling that cut to get the ball is what makes this play great. Because he runs off of this like he is gonna hit that game winner, it forced Plumlee to actually run with him, even though there was already a switch. So now, because he sucked in 2 players, it left Kuzma open by himself. He could have just stopped at the dotted line to catch this play. And the fact that he's still going on with the rest of this play lets you know he was actually coming for this jumper. He was so happy to come for this jumper that he didn't realize he was open at the dotted line. So it's more about the detail in this play versus the wide open shot. Because the wide open shot was wide open once Plumlee lost Kuzma reacting over LeBron's back cut. If I have to correct Kuzma here, I would say that he should have stopped about there. So he could have shot that shot behind Anthony Davis's screen. You know, Kuzma in the future has to understand that this could have ended bad if Bol Bol would have sniffed this out also. Because Bol Bol is playing Anthony Davis, he still is playing regular defense. But if he would have sniffed this out earlier, he would have seen Kuzma coming, and Kuzma went right into his defensive zone where he could have just jumped and blocked that shot. So he went outside of Anthony Davis' screen where this could have been a great defensive play versus a great offensive play. Great reaction, boom. He's going to set this up pick with LeBron. LeBron is not moving fast enough to go for the lob, but the fact that Plumlee thinks LeBron is coming, he doesn't guard Kuzma. So basically Kuzma is naked and has an open shot and he takes it.
Here comes Kuzma for the win. Got it!
When you're a decoy and you're the superstar, sometimes you don't go as hard as you're supposed to. It's just like a receiver who knows he's not getting the ball. He doesn't really run that route really hard. But the fact that Anthony Davis did run his route hard actually made this defense shift. The fact that after LeBron passes the ball, he goes in, makes his guys shift. You know, so I think Lakers did a great job in, you know, being decoys and reacting the way they did to force Denver in confusion.
A little misdirection play here.
You know, this is exactly what makes champions. The whole arena is looking at 2 players. And those 2 players is like, I know you are, but this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna live and die with our decision to give it to our 3rd option. You know, and when you have your 1st and your 2nd option players making and giving themselves up for the betterment of the win, that's why they're champions.
And that's it, it's over. This historic 2020 NBA championship belongs to the Los Angeles Lakers.
This comes with growth because any young superstar is gonna try to take this shot on himself anyway because he thinks that's the best play. Me hitting game shot so everyone can say I'm the best and everyone can give me the credit, you know, but the credit is here. I see the guy who's wide open, I make the pass.
Pass that was nearly stolen. Davis goes out to KCP.
You're rewarded when you do that amazing, unselfish play, and you get killed when it doesn't work out in your favor. But with great players like that, great veterans like that, they understand it's about the long game. We can sacrifice our selfishness to get great plays to know that it'll pay off later because next time we try this and he comes off naked, Bol might just run out there and he leaves me open, not realizing I still have the ball. So you know, there's setup plays, there's setup moments in games, and you just gotta understand them, which they do.
Facing up, step back jumper is good. Anthony Davis can do it all.
And there you have it. That was the breakdown. This is Gilbert Arenas on Whistle Sports.